All right, so thank you, everyone. I know it's been a packed session with the summit that just concluded, and thank you to everyone who has joined this breakout session. It's more of an interactive session, and today, as part of this session, we have the visionary educators from Asia Pacific region who have been recognized for their contribution to academic alliance. So, just to give you a background on the Visionary Educator Program. Now, the program was conceptualized last year with the idea to recognize some of the efforts of our educators who've been making a big impact to their ecosystem. So, as you know, as part of Academic Alliance and as part of UiPath, we also value the community that we are building as which is the community of educators, because while the impact that we as an organization can make is minimal, but I think when we have the power of hundreds and thousands of educators with us, we can actually scale unbelievable heights. So today we have the top 6 educators that were recognized as part of 2022 Visionary Educator Awards. We have Bhuvaneswaran from Rajalakshmi Engineering College, India. So maybe you can just say a hi and then.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Hi to all.
Thank you for taking time. We have
Thank you, sir.
Brian from Hong Kong, Polytechnic University from the Hong Kong. And hi, Brian, for taking time in.
Thank you. Hello.
We have Keh Tang here. Do we have Keh Tang here? I think we probably missing him in session. We have Vincent Boon Lim Boon Vincent here with us. So Vincent, as you know, you've heard him speak in the previous session, has been one of our key contributors for the program in Singapore. So welcome to the session, Vincent.
Hello. Hey, hi. Good afternoon.
And we have Richard, who has been one of our youngest contributor to our community in Indonesia, the new edition of educators who've come in. So Richard, welcome to the session. You are from Bina University in Indonesia.
Hey, everyone.
So thank you so much. So all the participants, as they come in, because I believe they're still trying to find out and navigate through the window that is there. We are recording this session for everybody's benefit. And so what we will do is we'll spend some time understanding what you've been doing as part of your program and others for that to look at, right? So let's probably get started on this. And I think you've explained your impact that is there, but I think from all the visionary educators here, one of the things that we wanted to understand is also to talk about your journey with UiPath, right? How did you get started with automation? What has been your background? And then how did you start learning automation and making that impact? So I think we'll spend some time just understanding your background so that everybody can accustom themselves on, the diverse backgrounds each one of you have come in from. So maybe can we start with Bhuvaneswaran?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bhuvaneswaran.
Initially, I got an opportunity to participate in a workshop at SRM University. So after that, during the COVID situation, we have an idea of implementing this to all our students across departments, both CSE and non-CSE IT departments. After that, we got an opportunity to run an RPA Developer Champion 2019 as a big event. And at that juncture, we won a first prize by participating 2,000 students participating in that event and cleared the basic foundation course available in the UiPath site. So after that, we got an opportunity to be a part of various workshops conducted across India. After that, we plan to implement the UiPath course as an OpenLT course and also as a core course for our curriculum. We got an opportunity to implement for all the CSE, IT, and also non-CSE. And with the help, currently we are having students with 200 plus use cases and also around 50 bots running for various activities apart from the academic. We have a section of the department like exam cell administration. Okay, for generating ID cards, we are using the UiPath. After completing a course, we are using UiPath. For consolidating the mark sheet of all the branches across college, we are using the same UiPath tool. Similarly, we are having around 50 plus bots running to reduce the repetitive tasks in our institution. So based upon this input industry, conduct a mini hackathon and upcoming semester as a weekly contest, so that students get some exposure on how to build a bot and how to get placed in an industry in the UiPath career. And also, with the help of these inputs given by various community, and then we got an opportunity to publish an international with UiPath specific areas. Apart from this, our college also won a Skillathon event and bagged the first prize. Around 2,000 plus students take part in again the same course of fundamentals of RPA. So I take this opportunity to thank all the UiPath academic members where they help and guidance in all our endeavors and workshops and other events.
Thank you, Bhuvaneswaran.
That's all from me. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's a huge impact that an individual has actually been doing for us in that ecosystem. So thank you so much for the effort.
Sure, we are planning to post all our use cases in our UiPath community soon, sir. We are expecting around 200 plus unique use cases from our student end. Probably will get published on February 2023.
Amazing. And I think you're also certified. So Bhuvaneswaran is also certified UiPath associate developer.
Yeah, UiPath recognized me and gave an 100% discounted voucher to take part in the international certification examination. I cleared in the first shot itself. I'm proud to say only 2 faculty members cleared the certification. The credits goes to the UiPath academic.
Thank you.
I'm trying to take part in the advanced certification. Maybe get completed before March 2023.
Thank you, Bhuvaneswaran.
And also, I'm planning to import all our students to take part in the certification examination with this given by UiPath Academic Alliance. And our placement team also planning to call industries to recruit only the UiPath trained students during their placement seasons. It's in the pipeline. Surely we'll get an opportunity to get accomplish this. That's our vision to make it possible.
So thank you, Bhuvaneswaran. I think we've lots to achieve. We've probably just reached that early stages there. So thank you so much for sharing your your perspective, and that's a good insight for to inspire other educators in India to look up to automation as a core skill for their students. So let me move on to the next our visionary educator, which is Brian. So Brian is from Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Brian, we would love to hear about your journey with UiPath and how you've taken lead to impart this knowledge to your students.
Okay, thank you. Hello, guys. This is Brian. I'm a professor of practice in business school at PolyU. And I have an IT background and working like over 20 years in IT, and also moved to a business side and then come into the education industry, right? So I always see the pain points between the business side and the IT side, right? So business sides always want to have like system automations, but always the request is on the queue. And then IT is, will take like months to process this kind of tickets from their queue and things like that. So in my mind, I always want to solve these issues. And I found that, RPA, this platform, low coding or no coding is an absolutely like excellent platform for the business students, to acquire these skills and then and fulfill this automation robot things. So I introduced RPA course into the capstone project course in the business school. Okay, and then so I put like 5 weeks, no, only 5 days actually, 5 days of short courses for my students. I taught them how to do like simple coding and knowing the coding concepts, and then knowing how the UiPath Studio works in the basic form. And as well, I also asked the students to go to the UiPath online training website to take their 40 hours training themselves on the UiPath associate training courses. And I think this is very important. And then I saw the differences this year. Okay. And last year, and then after this course, after 5 days of courses, I placed all these students into many different companies, including like a stockbroker listed company, and then startup and like cyber engine learning companies, and top executive recruiting companies, CPA firms, and non-profit organization or semi-government kind of organization, like huge companies. In all these companies, and I saw a very good result from all these companies. One of the team like can build a robot to customize 400 financial statements for the company, right? And then at that time, we worked with a team of 4 people, and that is, this is the resources they need to complete this task. And after we launched the robot, and then this year I also talked to them, and because they still want us to place more students into the company to try to help them to build more robots. And then what I found that, that from that 4 persons, only 1 person left, and the other 3 person is relocated to a better, functions in the organizations, more like variable contributions to, in that perspective, to the companies. So RPA do show me that, it helped the company in process automation. This is one part of it. Another part of it, I feel very satisfied, is we built the first robot for this stockbroker in Hong Kong, and this is like China state-owned company also listed in Hong Kong. We built the first robot, but the parent company has over 200 robots in China. Okay, so this is a great thing we achieved. And after we built a robot, and then the Hong Kong company has the experience on, a business school student can build a robot, so their business personnel or operation personnel are feeling comfortable to build a robot themselves. So it's kind of like the citizens, developers, what we're talking about in UiPath, right? So this is what's happening. And then they after we built the first robot, they built 30 over robots themselves. So this, some of our achievement I see is very substantial. And this year, all the companies I engaged with last year, they all want to engage our students. So this year I could not place my students to some of the companies. And then I'm thinking right now to, for the coming year, I will have more classes so that I can onboard more students to build up these RPA talents in Hong Kong to help other organizations. I think this is a great thing I am seeing, and this is a lot of opportunity out there. And my students, even before they finish school, they get employed by the company they were placed to, right? So this is a great thing to the students as well. So this is all I want to share with you guys. Thank you.
Really nice, Brian. I think you've added a different flavor, which is non-technical, and giving more of the impact of automation from a accounting or a business school perspective. I think that's interesting to see. And so you saw how India has been impacting. You've seen how Hong Kong universities have impacted for that. And now, so thank you so much. I think the impact that each one of you are making for us in the region is tremendous. And we are all indebted to the community that we are slowly building with our educators for that. So let's come to the center of the Asia, which is Indonesia, and let's I will request Richard to share his perspective, because Indonesia being again the next biggest in terms of region with young population that's grooming. Investing heavily in terms of upskilling for the region. I think, Richard, we would love to hear your journey and what you've been doing for the ecosystem there.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Rajesh. Yeah, so in our university, sorry, my throat is not good right now. Yeah, we have several UiPath club in Bina that are studying about this, and they are creating digital content on YouTube, so our students can watch the recording and then learning from there. So it's like learning community for students. They can all share the material, and then the the tips and tricks how to use your iPad. And also we have program that called UiPath or robotic minor program. So it's like 40 university credits that consists of several courses that are talking about UiPath related to the development, foundational level, and then the advanced level. And then we also have a business analyst course, UiPath. One of the just now we have the business analyst course from your academy, and then the project is the students go to the university operations, and then they ask the staff what project or what process that can be you want to be automated, and then they gather the requirements in the PDD, and then the lecturer helps the students to design the process, and then uh, on the half end of the semester they will develop the robot and helps the staff. That's the project from them. That's right now what we are doing in Venus. I just thank you.
Nice, Richard. And I assume I'm your advanced and associate certified as well, right, Richard?
Yeah.
So you are
And
among the
also,
few educators who are both associate and advanced certified for UiPath.
yeah,
Thank you so much
yeah,
for
but-
that.
yeah.
Thank you. Good to hear. So the university where Richard is actually working, we also have a specialization around RPA that he's actually a minor specialization, right? Is that
Yeah.
yeah? So he's also building a minor specialization, and I hope the program will help uh, the local companies who are investing on UiPath and automation to look at quick talents from that. Thank you so much, Richard.
Yeah, thank you.
So welcome back, Vincent. I think we've met in the previous session, but I think would love to hear your journey on how things have been going. In terms of your students, how did you start learning and things like that? So
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Rajesh. So, as I have shared earlier on, it actually kind of started 6 years back when, because the nature of our polytechnic is we actually work very closely with industry through projects. And one of the key drivers in, the kind of projects that we actually work with industry was actually towards this area of lean transformation, where we incorporate process improvement methodologies to the companies. And we actually found that many of the companies, they were actually spending a lot of time, especially in the offices, doing a lot of manual repetitive work. So back then we actually started to do research on what technology or what could we do to actually help those staff who are actually doing a lot of overtime in the office space. So at that time we came upon robotic process automation, and immediately we start narrowing down, so which are the major RPA players that companies could actually adopt and start using them. And from there, we actually came upon RPA, and also thanks to UiPath, with a very strong UiPath Academy back then, we actually started, all our lectures, we started learning and trying out. So we learned, we actually also share with the companies, we start working on projects with the companies, and there have been several successful use cases. We started training across the Singapore government ministries and agencies, and from there we actually start building up the momentum. Yeah, so we were the first institution in Singapore to receive funding for the RPA programs, especially our project-based RPA programs with adult learners, with the companies, where they learn, they transform their own companies using RPA. Then from these success cases, we actually brought it into our institution to train our full-time students, through, like I shared on the roadmap, by incorporating them into our module, having our students work on find industry link final year project, having them go on internship to help the companies. So we actually have a full suite of program, in training existing students, in training the industry, the companies, staff who are actually working in embarking upon this RPA journey.
lovely. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you, Vincent. I think that's very, very informative. So good to hear from all of you, your perspectives. I know people are still struggling with the timeline, but I'm sure the recordings will be available for them, and all of them would be able to come back. And so when you watch at the recording, feel free to connect with them on LinkedIn, on other social profiles, and they are here to help you with any inputs that they can share. I think in the interest of time, any last thoughts on what you want to, where you want to look at for the next coming year? Maybe each one of you can actually share what you want to do for the next 12 or 15 months in terms of how do you want to make an impact for the society and the community together with your students. Maybe we can start. Whoever, Prime, do you want to share something from your end, and then we can pass it on to Bhuvaneswaran, Vincent, Richard for that.
Yes,
Okay,
we are planning to run that RP workshop for our higher secondary students. From the school grade itself, they want to know about what's automation is about. We are trying to explain all these things for their school students in the upcoming academic year.
Okay.
With the help of our UiPath developer champion, we are planning to roll out these sessions.
So I would love to actually see all your Rajalakshmi group colleges actually have a citizen developer. So every student, every teacher becoming a citizen developer could be a starting step for us to look at. So, great to hear from what you're trying to do. Thank you. Brian, from your side, what are you looking from your accounting business students?
Right, and there are many new features in UiPath which our students didn't have a chance to look at. I think maybe due to the community versions may have a limited features or on its performance on such as the AI modules or AI documentation templates, something like that. So this is something I see there's a strong demand from many companies, because like most of the requirement I see from the company is saying how to process the bank statement or invoices, which will require, or I would say rather put it like OCR cannot simple OCR cannot fulfill the needs. I need to put in the AI to help the process to be more efficient. So this is something I want my student to has a chance to to train them, things like that. And another thing I want to do is, because there are many industry I haven't reached yet. Okay, for example, I see like the law firms. There could be lots of repetitive works, but seems to be very difficult to break in into the barrier, because they kind of like everything is on paper, especially on IPO processes. When we work on the research, when they work on like different paper processes, everything on papers, right? So I really want to go into the law industry, law firm industry, to see how the IPA can contribute to the industry.
Lovely. Thank you. I think, Brian, the community edition could be a seeding opportunity at all these places, and we would love to see your students innovate and explore the potential of these tools that we can offer. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing more use cases, your stories from Hong Kong in the coming months rather. Right. So thank you so much for taking time. Richard, what do you want to look at for the next 12 months for your students?
We will create a summer camp for the high schools, so they can understand the UiPath, and then they also like 2 or 3 days camp. We will teach them to use UiPath with specific or small business cases, something like that.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's nice, because catching students at a very early stage has never been, has been something that we have struggled, and I think we'll love to hear from you how high school students are looking at using this tool, right? So maybe we look forward to that update from us. Vincent, anything different that you're trying to do for the next 12 months or 15 months?
Okay, all right. So, also thanks to the Academic Alliance on the workshop that we actually introduced this year to our full-time students to get them trained in citizen developer. So next year we'll actually be expanding the reach to school-wide. So we'll be reaching out to 3,000 students in our school next to be trained and certified in this area of citizen developer.
Right.
Okay, then the other thing is just after hearing about the certified educator instructor, yeah, I actually share with all my fellow lecturers, more than 50 of them, who are all RPA trainers and instructors. They're all very excited about it. Yeah, so this is one thing is how do we actually constantly upgrade our skills and capability to show that we are of this level to actually train the industry. Yeah, so that's the other thing we'll be looking forward to.
Thank you, Vincent. I think we'll look to see more educators getting certified and also lead that ecosystem for us, right? So as you mentioned. Thank you so much. I think let me stop recording the session just in the interest so that just give me 1 second.